Today I will be going through the basics of threading and setting up a Singer heavy-duty sewing machine. This cord gets put into the side of the machine right here. The foot pedal acts much like the accelerator in a car, where if you push it down harder, it will go faster, and if you let it up, it'll go slower. Once you have it plugged in, the on switch is on the side right here, and we're going to turn that on. If it is plugged in and the light is working, then the machine should be turned on. First, we're going to look at the bobbin. The bobbin is in the compartment here. There is a little switch that you pull to the side. It'll make this little door pop up, and then you're going to take this door out. The bobbin holds the thread that will be threaded through the bottom. For the basics of threading a bobbin, I'm going to take my spool of thread and I'm going to put it on this spindle. For some of these spools, there is a little notch where the thread can be placed. Make sure if it's got that notch, it is on this side of the spool, because that way it won't get caught when this is de-spooling. On this side, you will see a little marking that shows that the thread needs to go around this way and then come back this way. So I'm going to take the thread, I'm going to go around that way, and I'm going to pull it this way, just like the picture shows. On this side is where you're going to put the bobbin. So I'm going to take the thread, and in the bobbin is a tiny hole. You're going to go from the inside of the spool of the bobbin, and you're going to feed that thread through that hole. And you're going to just pull through a couple of inches. I'm going to put the bobbin on this, and then I'm going to make sure I click it over. If you do not click this over, then the needle will stay engaged and this will not spin. So I'm going to click this over. I'm going to hold both the thread coming from the spool and the thread coming out the top of the bobbin. Now I'm going to push on the foot pedal until this end becomes taut, and I'm going to let it go. This side I am going to keep in my fingers. And you'll see that this starts pulling taut, and then it's starting to pull off the spool. Once you've gone around a few times, you can let go of this side and then run the bobbin until it's full. Once the bobbin is full, it'll get you almost the edge. Most times this guard will keep the bobbin from filling up too much, but you still need to keep an eye on it. So once the bobbin is full, I'm going to push it back over to the side, take it off, and then I'm going to cut this thread so that a full bobbin will look more like this. To reinstall the bobbin, on the top of the plate there is an image showing you how you should thread it. So the thread should be wrapping around counterclockwise, and then it's going to go around this little finger or notch, and then it's going to go up and around. So if we look at the inside of the machine, I've got my bobbin. The thread is wrapping around counterclockwise, and the thread's coming out the bottom of the bobbin. I'm going to hold that thread out, and I'm just going to drop that into the space. If I zoom in to the machine, I'm going to take this thread, and this is the little notch or finger that I was showing right there. So I'm going to hold down the bobbin, and I'm going to pull it taut, and I'm going to make sure it clicks underneath that. Now I'm going to take this thread and I'm going to wrap it around this metal plate right here. So I'm going to go up and around and make sure that goes around there. The rest of the thread I'm just going to pull out to the side. So that should set my bobbin. Now I'm going to take this plastic door, I'm going to insert the tab under here, and I'm going to push it back down until it clicks. Now my bobbin is ready. To thread the machine, I'm going to take my spool of thread and I'm going to put it on the spindle. Then I'm going to pull out about 1.5 feet of thread. On the top of the machine, it gives you a guide to where you need to follow this line through. So the first step is right here on this guide. So when you put it through here, you'll have a satisfying little click. Next, you're going to go to the number 2. Number 2 wraps around this bar and then channels down this area. So I'm going to go around here and you'll hear another little click. You're going to go down. From here, I'm going to follow the line down. Number 4 tells me to go around here and back up. Number 5 goes around here. If this piece is not showing, there is a knob on this side that makes the needle go up and down. If it's tucked in below here, you need to twist that until it comes back up. Then you can wrap it around, hearing another little click. The thread is going to follow this channel down to number 6. There is a metal plate right here that you need to wrap behind. Up here is a little hook that you need to go around, like that. You're going to pull down this switch. Again, if the needle doesn't line up, you can turn the knob to bring it up a little bit so that this tiny little hook goes through the center of the needle hole. You're going to go around this metal piece. You're going to press up against the tip of the needle and then hold up. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to wrap it around here. I'm going to push it up against the needle and then I'm going to pull up. If I do this correctly, it should go taut like this. Then I'm going to push the back of this white piece while letting go of the string. And this is going to pull a little loop through the needle hole. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to pull that all the way through. Then the last step is I'm going to go through the center of the foot and pull it straight back. If you've done this, you should have correctly strung the sewing machine. Before you actually start sewing your own work though, you should take a scrap piece of material and feed it through to make sure that it is sewing correctly. So this is the basics of setting up and threading a sewing machine. Thank you for your time and your attention. Do more, do better.